Today's video is all about what a new player can achieve in just 3 days, even given the harshest, craziest, wildest circumstances. So, on screen right now is the new server. It just opened yesterday. I've been playing for 1 day, and if I can do this in 1 day, you can do this in 3 days, and I know that days are relative. As you can see here, 17 hours, 38 minutes playtime. I'm going to tell you that a lot of that is AFK. I didn't actually play this character 17 straight hours. No. I spent a lot of time sitting around eating food, using the bathroom. Oh man, I'll go into it later. But the point is that I have made crazy progression in just a single day. And if you played for 3 days casually on any server, once the servers are established, you're going to have a far easier time than I have. Right now, my character is sitting at 6.88 million silver. And I have not spent any of my focus yet, which is just extra free money. Now, I only have the free-to-play premium. I did not start with the 5 days early access. I started on the free-to-play day, like everyone else. And here is my net worth in items, 6.22 million, and that's not super important. So, right now, I am worth about 13 million silver, which in a single day, I would be able to... Can I buy premium with that? Yes, I could have bought premium for a whole month, which would make me even more money, but that's not besides the point. So what have I been doing this whole time on this first day, day 1 of 3? Well, I've been getting all my specs to 100, right? So here you can see that I have, not Plate Boot Fighter, that one was an alteration. So we have Axe Fighter, level 100 Mastery. This allows me to wear Tier 8 equipment now. And then I also have, let's go over here, we have Leather Jacket Fighter level 100 on Mastery, so I can wear Tier 8 armor at this point. And you can see here also Cloth Sandals Fighter and Cloth Helmet Fighter level 100. This means that technically I can equip 8.3 gear on my first day. Now, can I afford a full set of 8.3? Not exactly yet. I mean, this is the second day of Europe, and there's not really 8.3s on the market. There is an 8.3 Stalker jacket. Unfortunately, it's way overpriced, and I wouldn't pay for that amount. Someone listed at 14 million. It's not worth 14 million. Not anywhere, not know how. So maybe I just wait a few days until that goes down and everyone starts crafting more 8.3s. But essentially, this character is good to go. He's got 100 mastery. He can equip Tier 8 equipment. And I have, this again, day 1, I have about 13 million net worth in silver. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've only spent a very little amount of time making money. I haven't invested a lot of time. Most of my time was invested in having fun. I've been kicking ass doing the faction warfare stuff. You can see that my rank here is, well, it's Man-at-Arms. I think on, yeah, I actually had a higher rank on Asia. So we're going to go look at the Asia server real quick, and I'm going to show you a very similar progression with a very similar amount of time spent. It's a little bit more time on Asia, and Asia was even crazier because I spent way more time gathering on Asia than doing other things. But if we go to the Asia server now and look at this character, this is also a character 2 days and 22 hours, okay? So now I've shown you, what, 17 hours of playtime? I'm about to show you 3 days, right? Remember the title? What you can achieve in 3 days? There we go. So, here we go, 3 days of playtime. You can see that this character, I even did it with less gear, right? Much less gear. Just 5.1, 5.3 armor, and he's got the bear, he's got the Black Panther, he's got a gathering set. He went stone, whereas my character on Europe went skinning, alright? But you can see that he has a very similar, path. This one's a little bit cleaner, because I also had a plan. Let's see, there we go. Level 100 Axe Fighter, there it is. Let's see, level 100 Leather Jacket Fighter. And yeah, I started with daggers. And I decided, no, I don't want to do daggers. So I wasted some time on daggers on this server. And I had a little bit of nature. I was like, I don't want to do nature. Level 100 Cloth Sandals Fighter, level 100 Cloth Cowl Fighter. So exact same thing, but this character having about 3 days of playtime, he's worth 24.2 million and 2.64 million in items. So I spent less on items, I spent more time gathering, and again, just tier 5 stone mining. Stone mining is the worst gathering, well, besides fishing, of course, but I proved back then that even if you pick the worst gathering, you can still achieve 8.3 in 3 days. And if I go to the market right now, I could, depending on how I don't know how Asia's economy is, but if we check, we can see that obviously I should be able to afford afford 8.3 gear on this character. So if we look at, let's type bear paws, and 8.3 bear paws on this server is about 10 million. So there we go. And then Stalker Jacket on this server is 6 million. So there we go. So that's 16 million achieved, done, completed. And you're probably saying, but Swolbenji, what about the full set? What about the full set? Okay. Mage Cal, which I use Mage Cal on this character. I didn't use Avalonian. That's 3 million. So we're at how much? We're at 19 million, right? And then Royal Sandals. Well, there you go. It's another 3 million. So that's 22 million. And then the Thetford Cape. So if we do the Thetford Cape, that's another 3 million. So I'm pretty damn close. If I were to sell my bear mount and maybe just gather for another couple hours, I could easily buy 8.3. This character is 2 days. What was it? 2 days and 22 hours? Now, looking at this character, I did waste a lot of time as well on Faction Warfare, and he's only Knight Champion, 100 rank, 180k here. So he's a little bit higher rank, whereas our character... day 1 on Europe is right here. This one is advanced to right here, a couple ranks up. Ranks don't really matter. It's just that it just goes to show, like, how much fun have I been having, right? Now, I just want to point out, too, that the time that I spent on Europe, I spent a lot of time AFK. I ate a lunch. I watched a few shows. I've been watching, it's called Parasite. It's like the live-action one. It's a Korean film, so I got to read the subtitles. I can't really play and watch it at the same time. Another one is I spent a lot of time in the bathroom yesterday. Oh man, I spent probably an hour just having my guts expunged out of me, okay? So, you know, that 17 hours is really like 13 to 14 hours. And then I spent a few hours doing faction warfare, which is, you know, not something you would do really for profit or fame. You can get profit and fame from it, but it's not optimal. Ish. It can be if you do it with a group or you do it a certain way at a certain time. As soon as that's a members thing. If you want more info on that, you got to be a channel member. But that's another 2 hours. So really, I only spent 12 hours on that character. And this character, you know, same thing. He didn't play 2 hours and 22 hours min-maxing that time. He was AFK. He was chilling, you know, just... I think I live streamed a bunch too on this character, and I spent a lot of time getting stream sniped. I spent a lot of time just answering questions in the chat. Also, oh, by the way, on my other Europe character, I spent at least a few hours filming videos as well as this character. So really, that character only has 8 to 10 hours of playtime. And I know that you're gonna say, but Swolbenji, you know, I can't play 8 hours a day. I can only play 2 hours a day. Okay. So instead of 3 days, it would be 12 days for you. But for everyone else that can put 8 hours into a game, you can get 8.3 in your first 3 days on a brand new server where everyone's broke. And if you were to do this on an established server, if I was to do the same thing, make a brand new character 0 to hero it on West, like right now, I would be able to do it in like probably 12 to 14 hours, including making the money, right? Like it's ridiculous how insane. Okay, like I can farm well over $1 million an hour on West. On a new character, yeah, it starts at 200k. You hit tier 5, you push 5 to 600k, and then you play on off hours, it's 1.2, 1.5 million per hour, with that 3 days of free premium. Without premium, it's $1 million per hour, but with the 3 days of free premium, it is over $1 million per hour on West. I am not joking. And so, right now on Europe, you know, I didn't spend a lot of time gathering, I only got my gathering to tier 4, and the market is really bad at the moment on Europe, because there's not a lot of crafters on Europe. There is a shortage of crafters on Europe. And there's a shortage of market flippers on Europe, so that's how I've been kind of, you know, making my money. And that's all members-only stuff. Click the join button down below if you want to learn more about that. Anyway, I made a video prior to this one, which was my first 6 hours of the game. So you can see on the Europe server what I was able to achieve in 6 hours. And it was, you know, very good stuff. But you're going to see people running around on Twitch in the noob zones or in red zones or black zones with 4.1 gear, and it's going to take them all week to achieve maybe 100 mastery, maybe. If they know what they're doing, yeah, they'll get it sooner. If they're in a guild, yeah, they'll get it sooner. But a lot of new players that don't have this, like, just go look at them. Go scroll down on Twitch right now to the 1 viewer streams, the 3 viewer streams, and you're going to see a bunch of people wearing flat 4 going to, like, tier 6 red zones and farming solo dungeons. Excuse me, what? I actually stream sniped a solo dungeon player the other day, and if you, let's see, on Twitter, I actually have the clip. He got super pissed, but I think it's really funny. You can also join my Discord if you want to see the clip, if you pass the questionnaire. And anyway, the point is that new players, yeah, if they don't know what they're doing, if they don't watch YouTube guides, they're going to be lost in the sauce. They're not going to be able to get, you know, anywhere in this game in an effective and timely manner. But if you've watched my videos and my guides, you know what you should be doing. You know how to do it. And this is mainly a video for all those haters on Reddit and those in my comment section for my, because I like to make videos where I solo static dungeons, and I tell everyone, you can start doing exactly what I'm doing in the video in just your first 3 days. And they don't believe me. They think it would take 2 to 3 months to reach that level. And no, you don't. You spend 3 days, you get 100 mastery, then you gather until you can afford 8.3 gear. That'll take you 3 days. I am able to do it in 1 day because I'm a master of market flipping. I'm very efficient with what I do, and I've been playing this game for over 4 or 5 years now straight without stopping every single day. And so, yeah, I could do it in a day, but if I can do it in a day, you could do it in 3 days. You could do it in a week if you're really casual. You know, if you got like 1 arm and 2 fingers or something, you know, I'm just saying, it is absolutely possible for new players to achieve this, and that's all there is to it. So get out there, grind your mastery to 100, go gather until you can afford the good Gucci gear, and then you're all set. And then once you have that set of gear, and once you have that economy going, all you got to do is farm the statics for 1 to 2 hours, and you'll pop 100 specialization on whatever you want, 100 mastery in 45 minutes. You don't have to spend 15, 16 hours like you did the first time you're doing it because of all the multipliers and the fact that soloing statics is 20 times faster than soloing Yellow Zone open world mobs. It's crazy how fast and efficient it is. Anyway, I just wanted to show you my 1 day of progression on Europe and my 3 day of progression on Asia, just to show and prove to you that this is absolutely doable, this is absolutely possible, and don't believe the haters, don't believe the naysayers. It is done, a video proof of it being done. And let me tell you, this was done guildless, solo, no card swiping. Oh my god, if you card swiped, you could skip 16 hours of grinding. You would just pay 10 to 20 bucks, buy the tomes, and you're done, right? But no, I don't spend money on this game. I don't spend a dime on anything except food and bills, and even those are sparse. Well, the food at least. But essentially, I did this solo guildless without ever going to the red zone, without ever going to the black zone. And you can do it too, because when you stay in the safe zones, it is consistent, it's safe, it's effective, and your money and your fame will only go up, not go down. So there is no loss of time and no random number generator, random number Jesus, luck, whatever you want to call it, that will be there to either, you know, oh, I got a lucky drop in the black zone, I made 2 mil, oh my god, well, good for you, dude. Well, I made 2 million in 2 hours. How much millions did you make in 2 hours in the red zone? Not 2 million, not solo and not guildless. With that said, thank you so much for watching, and again, I'm not trying to flex on anyone here, I'm just trying to prove to you that you can do it. There's a bajillion 0 to hero videos you see, and what you need to do on those 0 to heroes, because they go to the red and black zones, and the roads usually, look at their murder ledger. Look how many times they died, right? A lot of those guys, believe it or not, they card swipe some of their stuff. They actually do. They just keep it hidden, right? But with that said, I don't want to, you know, rag on and on and on about the same exact topic. So, again, thank you for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment if you have any questions about what to do. And I mean, it's really simple. So you start the game, you do the tutorial, you leave step cross immediately, you sell your rough stone. Even though on Europe it was 30 silver on day 1, that's still 30k in your pocket starting quick and easy. That's more than you're going to get from selling mules for 1,000. I guarantee you that. Then you go out to the blue zone, you fame farm mobs, you skin mobs, or you gather whatever you want to gather, and then you build up your gear to 4.1. Then if you go to the yellow zone, you fame farm up, you get silver from fame farming up, you gather, you buy 5.3, you rinse and repeat, boom, you're 100 mastery. Now you gather, and you market flip, and now you're at 8.3. Then you go back to the blue zone, to the static, and then you farm the static, and then congrats, you have 100 spec and mastery in everything that you've ever wanted to play. and you have plenty of silver because you gathered, and you leveled up gathering, and you used your learning points on gathering. So what this means is that now you can enjoy the game without being a brokey. You can enjoy the game and join a guild if you want. You can go to the red and black zone and afford it and not worry if you die because you have a set at home ready to go in case you need silver. And if you want to fame farm up a new weapon that comes out in 3 to 6 months, or you're in a guild and like, hey, we need tanks, well, guess what? You can be like, yes, sir, let's go. And in 1 to 2 hours, you can have that shit maxed out and your guild's going to be like, impressive. This guy's got what it takes. And then you'll get promoted to officer, you'll meet a cute Discord kitten, you'll get married, have 3 kids, live in a nice house, all because you watched the Swole Benji video. But you know those people that listen to Reddit, they go to Reddit, and they sit there and they're like, oh, go to the 4.1, go to the black zone. You know what happens to them? They become homeless and drug addicts, and they get run over by buses in the street. I'm not joking. Okay, that's what happens to those guys. You don't want to be like those guys. You want to be the middle-class guy living in a house, right? With that said, you know, we're going off the rails. Let's end the video. Click the video on the right side of your screen right now, and if you don't, if you have a pet, they're going to be extra annoying in 2.5 days.